Ask Away Wednesday, where we answer your questions around data governance and data security as it pertains to ALTR. Today's question is data governance really free? James, what are your thoughts on that?
We are certainly pushing this idea. Folks have been following ALTR, and on the website you can see we're the first product to offer a free data governance, data security type offering specifically for Snowflake. I think realistically, there's two components to free when it comes to software or computers, and you can make some parallels to open source here a little bit. The software itself can be free, and it certainly is the case here at ALTR, but there's always going to be time needed to configure, install, and begin to work with a piece of software. And so I think if you kind of look at both sides of the equation, the free purchase of the software itself versus the time that it takes, and the opportunity cost that you're giving up by spending your time implementing this type of solution is probably where the conversation needs to be. It's certainly the case that you can get the software for free from ALTR today that's in Partner Connect and Snowflake. Go try it if you haven't. But when you look at spending time, right, and automating as many things as possible, that's kind of where our focus is now. Chris, I know you and your team and the product team work on that all the time, is when somebody does decide to spend $0 on the software, how do we very quickly get to near 0 hours needed for setup and configuration to start getting value back out that way? So is there anything on kind of the saving time side that you guys are thinking about right now?
Yeah, I mean, my response was that it's very, very similar, which is, you get what you put in, but ALTR's responsibility and ALTR's job is to make sure you get value out as quickly as possible. So if that's figuring out ways to streamline onboarding of database, get information about classification to the user sooner, things like that are things that we look at as valuable kind of ways to bring value to the customer quicker.
You've used a fair number of open source projects. When you evaluate a new project, a new piece of code, what are kind of the 1, 2, 3 steps that you kind of go through? There might be some parallels for folks if they've done some open source software work before. They could maybe draw some parallels into kind of using ALTR for free. Like when you're starting out with a new project, how do you kick the tires? What do you do?
So my number one thing that I look for in a project, I'm actually undergoing a POC right now with the vendors. How is this going to work into my existing processes and my existing, for example, we're a software company, so my existing SDLC, but it doesn't have to be software engineers. It could be data governance processes, security processes. Like, is this going to work with my processes? Are my processes still going to be valid after I have these tools? And so we take those types of decisions into contemplation when we design and build the ALTR product as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, we hope that that answered your question. Tune in next week to get more of your questions answered. If you have any questions you'd like to have answered, go ahead and comment and subscribe, everything, all those little buttons down at the bottom, and we'll see you next week.